Most people think Angelina Jolie's life is just an endless highlight reel of cinematic hits and red carpet glamour. But if that's all you see, you are making the biggest mistake of your life. Because the secret to her longevity, the thing that separates her from every other fading star in Hollywood, has absolutely nothing to do with acting. She operates on an internal system that is, quite frankly, ruthless. Even during her darkest, most publicized personal crises, she has never allowed herself to derail for a single second. Have you ever wondered how she manages to be a global icon, a mother of six, and a political powerhouse that world leaders are forced to listen to? It's not luck. It's not a team of publicists. She is a decision-making machine who has learned how to transmute pure trauma into rocket fuel. Today, we are going to tear apart the layers of her psyche that she never talks about in public interviews. Are you ready? Because we're about to decode a level of self-mastery that most people don't even know exists. Imagine this. You're in your early 20s, the world worships you, you have the money, the fame, the power, but you feel a void so deep that no blockbuster movie can fill it. Most people would drown in that abyss. They would settle for a mediocre existence or lose themselves in the chaos. But Jolie didn't. Her first core strategy is what I call the crisis to leverage pivot. When she faces a massive personal or professional setback, she doesn't waste energy asking, "Why is this happening to me?" She instantly asks, "How can this pain be used as my next tool of influence?" This is the total elimination of the victim narrative. Most people are addicted to being the victim because it's comfortable. She is addicted to being the architect. Why do most of us fail at our goals? Because we are programmed to seek validation, not impact. Jolie uses a three-tier framework that every high achiever needs to internalize. The first tier is strategic isolation. She has the capacity to completely vanish from the public eye for weeks, sometimes months. Why? Because she believes that if you cannot survive in the absolute silence of your own mind, you will never be your true self in the noise of the world. Her silence isn't a weakness, it is a tactical retreat to sharpen her identity against the pressure of the crowd. Now, let's dig deeper. How does she decide which project to take on? She has a brutal filter. Does this move the needle on my capabilities, or does it just pay the bills? Most people, once they hit a certain level of comfort, stagnate. Jolie does the opposite. From the moment she hits a plateau, she immediately defines an impossible new challenge. Whether it's learning a complex dialect for a film or mastering the nuances of international law for a humanitarian campaign, she keeps her brain in a state of emergency learning. She refuses to let her mind go cold. Hold on. Think about how much of your day is spent just trying to maintain your current position. Jolie does a 180-degree turn here. She believes that if you are not evolving, you are decaying. That's why she pivoted from pure acting to directing, and from directing to global diplomacy. She knows that stability is the #1 enemy of true growth. Let's talk about military emotional intelligence. Jolie has worked in the most hostile environments on Earth: war zones, refugee camps, high-stakes diplomatic rooms. She has trained herself to regulate her heart rate under extreme pressure. Her technique is simple yet deadly: decouple reality from the narrative. When a catastrophe strikes, she doesn't get sucked into the emotional story of the event, she strips it down to the raw physical facts. She remains perfectly logical while everyone else is panicking. That is what you call strategic coldness. Do you think you could apply that level of detachment to your own life? The biggest lesson you can take from her, though, is the concept of the objective greater than self. When your goal is only about you, you will burn out. Jolie chooses goals so massive that even a lifetime of effort feels like a starting point. This makes minor setbacks invisible, because she is playing an infinite game, not a short-term win-loss game. But here is the detail almost everyone misses. Jolie is hyper-obsessive about environmental energy. She understands that if the 5 people closest to her are mediocre or negative, she will inevitably become one of them. Her system for human connection is isolated. She only keeps people around her who challenge her perspective, not people who exist to validate her ego. This means she is constantly in a state of intellectual friction, even in her own home. So, let's bring this back to you. How can you implement this? You don't need to be a celebrity. You just need to make 3 shifts. First, Attach an impossible cost to your goals. Second, dedicate 30 minutes a day to strategic silence, no phone, no input, just raw thought. And third, resign from the position of the victim in your own head. Does this lifestyle come with a cost? Absolutely. The cost is high. The cost is that you can no longer relate to average people. You can no longer hide in your comfort zone. Most people start this path, but they fold under the pressure because they aren't prepared for the isolation of excellence. But those who stay, those are the ones who change the world. Do you want to know the strangest part of Jolie's system? She is never satisfied with the result. Even after a massive win, she pivots her gaze immediately to the next horizon. Some call it psychological restlessness. I call it the only way to live if you want to experience 10 lives in the span of one. Are you willing to trade your comfortable mediocrity for that kind of growth? Maybe it's time to start that massive shift. Not tomorrow, not on Monday. Right now. Because the distance between an average person and a personal legend is made of the brave decisions made in the dead of night. The choice is yours. Are you going to be a spectator to other people's success, or are you going to engineer your own? If this video shifted your perspective even by 1 degree, you know this is just the beginning. I want to ask you a question that cuts to the bone. What is the one thing you are terrified of doing, but you know you must do to level up? Drop it in the comments below. I read them all, and I want to see who is actually ready to do the work. Don't forget to subscribe to stay in the loop, because the next strategy for your life is already being built right here. Stay focused, stay cold, and keep moving forward.